I was watching the Dodgers game. There's commercials. There was 4 different Kevin Hart commercials. I'm like, this dude is just like,
how does he have the
working.
energy?
Give me the money. Well, the energy. I mean, I have energy if I was getting that pay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about. I'm like, dude, he was on, I think, Buffalo Wild Wings. He was on the betting app. He was on the new Taco Bell commercial. 4 commercials.
Probably making 20 grand every time he does it or something crazy.
More than.
I mean,
20
crazy.
grand.
Gets a piece of
I
the
bet you
outside.
that's lowballing. I think.
20.
Probably.
I just did a commercial. I made more than that. Kevin Hart. You guys serious? Kevin Hart
making like 200 grand per commercial.
Oh, easily.
I have
No,
a friend
I meant
that's
20 million. I didn't mean 20
Oh, you said 20 grand. I was like, buddy.
No, 20 grand.
Oh, yeah. I was like, no, they paid me more than
I
that
don't
for
think-
this, for this commercial.
No, I'm sorry.
If I'm getting that, buddy, he's
I said 20 grand.
Yeah. 20 grand. I was like,
That's why I was like, oh,
No, I meant, you know, you'd be
Not 20 mil,
He's
but-
getting a piece of the upside, so he might be making crazy.
That's the thing.
$250,000.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you know,
every time.
he's got such market share. People love him.
You heard it right there from the man himself, Brendan Schaub, that he got paid more than $20,000 to be in that Scrub Daddy commercial. He talked about it one of the many times he was bragging about being in a national commercial when he was on the Fighter and the Kid podcast and on his god-awful live stream that he does from a storage unit in Texas because he's going completely broke. But that was an open casting, and we know exactly how much he got paid. And I'm going to show it to you. It's just, you know, Brendan Schaub is a pathological liar who is losing everything, by the way. I mean, this man left a huge mansion in California and ended up in a smaller mansion in Texas, and then had to sell that and buy $1 million house that doesn't even have a pool. And that's very important to Schaub and his family. He has to go to other people's pools to go swimming now. But he has to try and keep up appearances that everything is not crumbling around him. So he was an extra in the back of that Scrub Daddy commercial. You remember that commercial took place in a hospital, and the main guy was a doctor going around singing. And Schaub was an extra in the background. He had lied many times, saying, "Oh, I got lines, and I'm going to be starring in this national commercial." Then it came out and it was embarrassing. But this is from the casting. Patience, Scrub Daddy commercial, spot 3. $350 for one day. 18 to 60, non-union. The job will be on April 7th, 2026 in Los Angeles. That is when Schaub went to Los Angeles to shoot that commercial. Brendan Schaub paid money to be in that commercial. You have to remember, Brendan Schaub has lied multiple times because he quit stand-up comedy. He really got fired because he couldn't sell tickets, but made the statement, "Oh, I couldn't do stand-up. I can't miss time away from the kiddos." But for $350, he flew to California from Texas to go stand in the background of a Scrub Daddy commercial. He paid money to be in that commercial because you know that ticket was a lot more than $350. It's just so sad and pathetic. A couple of weeks ago, him and his family flew back to California to do something. Who knows what other scam this man has to try and do to get some money. And his wife posted, "Oh, my husband's upset because I made him get us first-class tickets for the entire family to fly to California." And then she took a picture from inside the plane, and above her head, it said row 30. Even the wife has to pretend as if they still have money. But to lie and say you got paid over $20,000 to stand in the back of a fucking Scrub Daddy commercial and have no lines when you got $350 for the day. But this is how pathetic this has become. The Schaub is completely broke, but I'm not believing he's that hard up for $350. No, the reason why he paid money to be in that commercial was because he is so jealous that his former handler, who is still currently in legal litigation against him for back pay, blew up in commercials, literal Super Bowl commercials, in music videos, was on Saturday Night Live, while Schaub sits in a fucking storage unit in Texas with the air conditioning blasting behind him, and you can't even hear him because he can't afford a real studio. Nor is he allowed to lease one, because when he left California, he didn't pay his rent for the studio space he was renting there, and the company had to sue him. I believe they since dropped that. But he is being sued by a former CEO for millions, a case in which he's going to lose. This man has lost everything, and now he's down to lying about getting paid tens of thousands of dollars to be in commercials when he got $350. It's not even union. What a loser. This is really fucking sad, people. And it's shit like this when, you know, the very rare Schaub defenders come along. It's shit like this you gotta remember as to why this man is irredeemable. He'll never change. He is a sociopath. He is a psycho. When this man finally loses every penny and he fucks up so hard and goes into so much debt that even his own father, who is very rich, can't step in and help him, he'll still pretend like everything is fine. He'll never address any of this. But the saddest thing, too, is also all the people around Schaub, all the enablers around him who have to listen to his constant horseshit 24/7 but aren't allowed to call him out on it. I guess they're just probably bleeding him dry for whatever little money he has left. He just signed a new Podcast One deal, right? For $1.1 million over 3 years. And $350,000 of it, they don't got to give him in money, but in stock. And he has to pay Callan $25,000 a month. Chris D'Elia, his producer Chin. This man he was going broke with the last deal, which was more money. But even with that deal, the new one, he was like, oh, I just signed a new deal. Biggest deal of my career. When it was less money than the last one. He's a pathological liar. And it's sad. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.